Hi everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here, and it's time to review comics that came out on October 17th, 2012. Okay, first off, kicking it off with Marvel, and continuing Minimum Carnage with Venom, number 26. This was a pretty well-balanced issue, as you have there's three main characters in this story: Carnage, Venom, and Scarlet Spider, and I have to say, this issue is pretty well-balanced in giving each one an amount of time for the issue. Like, it's pretty well balanced. I mean, neither one really overshadows the other. The ending here, though, we're pretty much done with the first half of this story. The story, Minimum Carnage, is going to continue next month in Scarlet Spider number 11, then Venom number 27, then it's all going to wrap up in Minimum Carnage Omega. That's all going to be in November. I think Scarlet Spider number 11 might come out in 2 weeks, but well, back to this issue. It was very nice. Like I said, each one, it doesn't feel like Venom is, just because this is Venom's book, he's not completely overshadowing what's going on with Carnage and what's going on with the Scarlet Spider. Although I will say this, the ending though, it ends with Scarlet Spider, who meets this guy called the Redeemer. He and the Redeemer wind up making their way to the lair of the guy who hired those micro assassins to bring Carnage into the microverse in the first place. The guy's name is Marcus Radu, and by the time they get there, so does Carnage. So that was a very nice ending as well. I really am sort of enjoying Minimum Carnage at this point. I mean, my one regret is that the only regret I have about this is that Spider-Man isn't in it, but he's got a lot of stuff going on, so might be a little hard to squeeze in Carnage on his to-do list. But still, Minimum Carnage seems to be shaping up to be a very interesting story. Now I'm pretty sure that we'll get some real action by the time the next issue of Scarlet Spider comes out in November. Okay, moving right along, Daredevil number 19. The villain who's been messing with Daredevil's head and making him think that he's lost his mind is revealed in this issue, and it is actually an old supervillain who's changed his name just so he can get revenge on Daredevil, and that villain is, spoiler alert, the Spot. And this is a nice throwback to what happened in Daredevil number 1, because in the very first issue of Daredevil, this volume though, which Mark Waid wrote, Daredevil does stop the Spot from kidnapping a mob boss's daughter, but in the process he also embarrasses the Spot and humiliates him, so now Spot's finally getting his revenge. Except now he's used his portal powers to make Daredevil think he's going insane. Like, 1 minute Daredevil's jumping out of this building into the streets of Manhattan, then suddenly he lands right back in his apartment. Obviously, yep, Spot's clearly messing with his head, and also that's how he got Daredevil's ex-wife out of that mental hospital into his apartment. So, everything's pretty much revealed at this point. Very nice using the Spot. But I said earlier that the Spot does go by another name, and he's changed his costume. Yeah, he's going by the Coyote now. I'm not so sure why he chose that name. I think we might get more information about the name change next issue, but yeah, we've pretty much reached the climax of this story as the villain is revealed. We know who he is, and now that Daredevil knows who he is fighting, he can finally get the upper hand and figure out a plan. Still, Daredevil is an amazing book. If you're not reading this, you should, because this is one of the best Marvel books out there right now. Okay. Now for DC, Green Lantern, New Guardians number 13. Again, this is just an issue I picked up because of Rise of the Third Army, because I wasn't sure if you need to read all the Lantern books to get the full story of the Third Army. But, wait, am I even putting the right banner? Yeah, it's on the bottom. I'm sorry, I assumed the banner was like right here, but I forgot they had the banner set up for Arrow. Good show. So they moved it down here. But back to the issue. Basically what happens is I guess I haven't read New Guardians since issue number 6 because I dropped it after that, but I guess Kyle Rayner now can access the various Lantern emotion powers through his one green ring now. And now he's learning from it, and now thanks to Atrocitus' help, he's able to finally master Rage in this issue. And now he gets ready to move on to the next element, which is fear. And while Kyle's training is continuing, so is the growing membership of the Third Army as they're starting to assimilate more people in space. I have to say that this whole story arc, where the story with Kyle mastering all the ring emotions, does have me a little intrigued. I mean, I think I might look for this when it comes out in trade paperback, but right now I really don't have the resources right now to go and look up the other 2 issues and figure out where this began and read from there, because, you know, with all the Marvel Now stuff, I'd rather get that than just focus on another Green Lantern book. So, you know, I'm still glad I got this issue just for this is going to be part of the whole combined cover, all 4 covers thing, which I think I might get all 4 framed or something, like in one giant frame. But Green Lantern New Guardians number 13, if you have been reading this story arc, I think you'll enjoy this part. You'll enjoy this issue, especially how Atrocitus is able to get Kyle to finally unlock his rage. Okay, moving right along. Justice League number 13. Basically, Wonder Woman the Cheetah returns, Wonder Woman gets attacked, and after Cheetah gets away, the Justice League decide to help Wonder Woman find Cheetah and help her, but while they do so, Cheetah attacks Superman, and thanks to the magic powers of Cheetah, she transfers the Cheetah demon to Superman. Again, magic, Superman's vulnerable to magic. This issue really felt like an episode of the Justice League TV series. I mean, it felt like one of those episodes where it was focused on one particular member of the League, and all the other members of the League were just there just to, you know, say, yeah, you're our friend, we got your back. So, because the Cheetah isn't really a threat that the entire League needs to team up on. Like, maybe they want to help out Wonder Woman. That's pretty much it. The only reason the League needs to be in this. But basically, I think this is a story focused on Wonder Woman right now. And they did update. I think they did update the origin of the Cheetah now, because with a more mythical element where Cheetah was once a scientist who helped, well, an archaeologist who helped Diana and Steve Trevor at Argus, but then one day she tested the dagger of the Cheetah on herself, and then suddenly she got possessed by the Cheetah, and that's what happened. But I think if you're a fan of Wonder Woman or the Cheetah, you should check this out, and the next issue too, because I think this is just going to be a 2-parter story arc. But other than that, you can skip this if you want to save yourself $4 a month. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a co-feature here involving Steve Trevor and Green Arrow that's going to tie into Justice League of America number 1. And we also learn who the new liaison to the Justice League is. And it is, spoiler alert, Amanda Waller. So, Amanda Waller is now the new liaison to the Justice League. I don't know if that's going to come back to bite them. Okay, next up, Nightwing number 13. While most of the Bat family, Batman and Batgirl, are dealing with the Joker's return, Nightwing focuses his attention on Lady Shiva, who's just come back to Gotham. And basically, while Nightwing tries to stop one of Shiva's targets, it's revealed that Shiva just is just sending her attack remotely while she's in another part of Gotham to deal with another target. So essentially, she can be anywhere. And I'm really glad that if they were going to do a Lady Shiva story in Nightwing, that they did it right after the Zero issue, because the Zero issue of Nightwing showed Dick Grayson in his first night of Robin, and during his first night, he went after Lady Shiva. So, you know, I think this is a good throwback, especially since it's right after the Zero issue, and the timing is great for this, but for now, this does delay Nightwing's involvement in the death of the family, which we won't get to until Nightwing 15, which will be in December. But still, this is a very interesting story arc as Dick Grayson goes to fight the enemy that he first fought when he began his crime-fighting career. I would say, you know, if Lady Shiva is one of your favorite villains, then you should pick it up. And Nightwing is a good, and this is and again, I'm just starting Nightwing, but it's a very great series so far. I mean, I like it. Okay, that was pretty much a short week for me. So in conclusion, Nightwing number 13, great job having this Shiva story right after the Zero issue. Unfortunately, my only beef is that it does delay Nightwing's involvement with Death of the Family, but Don't worry, I have a feeling this will be all right. Justice League number 13. Probably you should only get this if you're a Wonder Woman fan or a Cheetah fan. Green Lantern New Guardians. If you are reading, this story does look interesting, even though I haven't read it. I think if you are reading this story arc, you should keep going with it. Daredevil number 19. Daredevil's foes revealed. Now, fortunately, he can form a plan quick, fast, so he can get the upper hand. Venom number 26. Minimum Carnage continues. A well-balanced issue. Cannot wait for the second half of November. Okay, that's it for my comic review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Spider-Man 1991 saying see you later.